I love it. I love it.
Well, I don't think we could have coordinated that any better.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Brad.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
You're not going to tell him that you poured one bottle from the other bottle in. Yeah, you'll never know.
It's all good.
You know, many people may not know that Fred was a principal, not the president, but a principal at a secondary school in Livermore for challenged students, many of which came to school in an altered state. And as a result of being in that altered state, it would affect Fred's breathing. He boasted that he could tell a student how long it had been since he had smoked a joint. And unfortunately for Fred, what happens is he swells up, can't breathe, and it's just nothing good comes of it. He got that way at many of the board meetings that we had. I have no idea what would cause that. But I think that the other thing that Fred has been well known for this year, and really generous in his baking and really showing off his skills as a baker. So we thought we might combine some of the idea of baking with his aversion for marijuana. And Roy is going to show us how that can come about.
Yeah, 13 initiated.
Do we all get samples?
So there are some important points here that I don't want to miss, so I'm going to have to read some of this. President Fred possesses many wonderful talents. One talent was extremely useful when he was principal at Del Valle Continuation School. If a student came up to him at school, Fred could tell immediately if she had been smoking pot. How could he tell? Well, it seems that Fred had an extreme allergy to marijuana. When Fred's eyes would start to itch and run, he would immediately send the student to detention. The kids just couldn't figure out how Fred knew what they were doing. Well, it didn't take long for the rumor to spread throughout Del Valle that Q, you see, the kids used to call him Q, they were too cool to call him Mr. Quarterman. So his name was Q.
From James Bond.
So it didn't take long for that Q was a psychic, or that he could read minds. It was important for the kids' survival at Del Valle to come up with a better way of using so that Q would have no clue as to just what they were up to. So what did he do? Oh, so what did the kids do? They started making pot brownies. But they had to come up with a creative way to do this so that it would not be detected by the infamous or famous Del Valle psychic Q. I'll explain a typical pot brownie recipe to you, and then I'll explain just what the kids did to fool Q. First, you don't make pot brownies by using what most people know as pot in the mix. When making marijuana brownies, you won't achieve the desired result or effect unless you first process the marijuana to extract the THC, that's tetrahydrocannabinol. Once that is done, you will need a basic recipe, such as this. Paper and pencil? 13 tablespoons of butter, 6½ ounces of unsweetened chocolate, coarsely chopped, 1½ cups of sifted cake flour or all-purpose flour, 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 tea of salt, 4 eggs, 2 cups of sugar, and if you 1½ teaspoons of vanilla, and if you want a 1¼ cup of coarsely.
You gotta give that to Kevin with a grapevine?
Chopped, yes. Chopped walnuts. Now, when we said, the marijuana is actually in the butter because you infuse it in the butter. You don't just put the ground marijuana in there. You have to infuse it into the butter, and that will be a lot stronger and give you the effect you want. So let's do a little demonstration.
Oh, jeez.
Now, the dried ingredients would be like the chocolate but the kids said, we're not going to make the regular brown or black brownies because you would know that. So we're going to use white chocolate to make these. But maybe put in a couple of chocolate chips just for effect. So we've got some of the dry ingredients here. Yes.
My nose is That's an egg, we're in trouble.
Yeah. And let's see. Little vanilla flavor.
Looks like Tabasco.
See, we get off the top there. Yeah, that's where she's sitting. Now, you cook this in a 325-degree oven for 30 minutes. Do not overcook the brownies. If you do, it cooks out all the THC, and you won't get the desired effect that you hope for in the first place. Cook it 30 minutes, and when it comes out, white brownies with chocolate. And once the kids came up with this recipe, Q could never catch them again. It's okay to do that. And just as a little aside, after the dinner tonight, the recipe will be available for purchase.